And our live coverage of the 27th annual JRK Classic continues here at Pine-Richland High School on the Pittsburgh Soccer Now YouTube channel. Matt Popchock on board with you for our nightcap, or day cap as it were, second broadcast of our Day 2 doubleheader, the annual three-day event raising money for the James Kennedy Memorial Scholarship Fund, as organized in 1999 by the Pine-Richland varsity soccer program. And in our second match, the Moon Tigers, one of the recent powers in Whippeal Boys 3A, take on one of the top teams from 2024 in the Philadelphia Catholic League, the Archbishop Ryan Raiders. And the Tigers, who are decked out in their white kits with white socks and black numbers, will get the first touch, and they'll move the ball from left to right on your TV, computer, or mobile device. Archbishop Ryan, decked out in black kits with black pants and socks and red uniform numbers, as the Tigers play this ball from the edge of their defensive third. Doing so is Charlie Weiler, the sophomore for Moon. Over to Josan Castillo. Right side, right across the top of that defensive third. It'll come to Evan Anderson. Anderson back to Adam Jaskar. Jaskar on that back line for the Moon Tigers, along with Hayden Dunn, the junior. The Tigers, once again, coached by Tyler Blake, who led the team to a Whippeal title in 2023, succeeding longtime coach Earl Panabaker. Moon playing it from midfield. The Raiders, meanwhile, finishing as runners-up last year in the Philadelphia Catholic League to LaSalle High School. We told you the Game 1 opponent for the Whippeal side, Harbor Creek, which defeated Winchester Thurston 2-0, had a long trip to get here to Gibsonia. Well, Archbishop Ryan with an even longer one, taking the turnpike to come here to Pine-Richland Stadium, a preseason invitational tournament that attracts teams from all over, not just here within District 7. And Pine-Richland varsity coach Jordan Wiggin, who's had some success rebuilding this program, really likes it that way. He's enjoyed the fact that a more and more diverse field of teams have come to participate in this thing every year. Tigers advancing the ball deep inside the attacking third and earn a throw-in from the near touch line. It'll be Anderson doing the honors. Gavin McConaughey was open in front of the corner flag, but instead Anderson will try and go to Weiler. Weiler ends up deflecting this ball over the back line for an Archbishop Ryan goal kick. Naz Clark, the senior, in between the sticks for the Raiders today, wearing that neon red keeper kit with black pants and white keeper gloves. Raiders drive this ball past midfield, and the Moon keeper comes well off his line to play this ball. Near side, McConaughey from the edge of his defensive third, trying to connect at short range with Castillo. Castillo's long rainbow ball was deflected out of bounds. They're going to say last touched by one of the Tigers, so it'll be a throw-in for Archbishop Ryan. 4 minutes into a goalless first half, just shy of Moon's attacking third. That throw-in cut out by Jaskar. More territorial advantage for Archbishop Ryan. Another throw-in coming from the near touch line. Aiden Goldberg, the junior, going to put it back into play for the Raiders. And again, that's going to be cut out by Jaskar, but this time it comes right to the keeper. Ball played back toward goal by Hildenbrand. And this clearance is controlled easily by the Raiders. Up to the center circle for their co-captain, Jack Stackhouse. And the senior will dribble it toward the Moon goal, picked up easily for another Tiger kick. A goal kick from inside the 18-yard box. This time, though, they go short with it. And it's worked up to Castillo. Anderson with a turnover, and a low driving shot by Davin Celadonis is stopped and punched out of bounds for the first corner kick of the match here in the 5th minute, and it belongs to the Raiders. Outswinging ball goes off a couple of bodies, and it's cleared by Castillo. That was Luke Marchesano, the junior, delivering that ball from the flag. And from just beyond the medical tent, Archbishop Ryan gets a throw-in on the Moon half of the field. It's up the right wing for Celadonis, who was stopped moments ago. Celadonis deep on the right wing. Weiler tries to win the ball back for Moon, and does eventually. It comes near side to Anderson. Cullen Felton in between the sticks for the Moon Tigers to begin the match. The sophomore decked out in his blue keeper kit with the white shorts, neon red goalie gloves, watches the play unfold right in front of him to Castillo. Castillo clears the ball just beyond midfield, and that 50-50 ball is won by the Raiders and their tall co-captain, Dom Lewandowski. Lewandowski, right along the left wing, has it go out off himself, and it'll be a throw-in for Moon from the defensive third. The diminutive Anderson looking to restart the action for the Tigers. To Castillo, and it's turned over to Stackhouse. Stackhouse from the edge of goal, just wide of that far post. A curling strike, and Stackhouse by inches missing the game's first goal in the 8th minute. Goal kick for Felton and company. And it's turned over quickly to the Raiders, who earn a throw-in inside the attacking third. Correction, it's not Felton, it's Will Guarino, the senior, who gets the start in goal for the Moon Tigers. Anderson tries to nod that ball out of the 18-yard box. It's deflected over to Felton. Felton at left back, trying to play it ahead for Moon, but plays it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in to Archbishop Ryan from the far touchline. Owen Haney, the junior, was calling for that ball. Instead, it'll be thrown into the middle of the box and cleared easily by the Tigers, but right to the feet of Marchesano. Haney with a through ball that's cut out nicely by Eric Hildenbrand, the senior. And Guarino from his goal clears it to the right wing. Archbishop Ryan double teaming Eric Haupt, and a hard takedown near side by Jaskar on one of the Raiders. That was Johnny D'Souza, the sophomore, who was looking for a call, but none forthcoming as Castillo takes over for the Tigers in the middle third. And he's content just to clear this ball harmlessly into Archbishop Ryan territory. Castillo from the edge of the attacking third hesitates, lobs it into the box, but beyond the reach of the intended target, Haupt, who was cutting toward the middle of the pitch, and it'll be a goal kick for Naz Clark. Scoreless match in the 10th minute. And officials ruled that one of the Raiders last deflected that ball beyond the reach of Haupt, so it'll be a throw-in for Moon. And along the back line, it'll go out of play. And so now the Tigers will get their first corner kick of the match. It'll be Felton doing the honors from the corner flag to the right of Clark. Another outswinging ball, nodded toward goal, toward the top of the bar, a leaping save by Clark. And the Raiders eventually drive it back toward midfield. It didn't look like that deflection was headed in, but Clark wasn't taking any chances. And he got enough height to parry that ball away and keep us scoreless here in Gibsonia. Done from midfield. Right side for McConaughey. Good challenge there by the Raiders' Goldberg. Hayden Dunn to Weiler on his left. Weiler plays that ball in front of his own bench. Now it comes back to Weiler. Weiler tackled beyond the attacking third by Julian Dean, the Archbishop Ryan Sr., who was whistled for the foul. And it'll be a 47-yard free kick thereabouts for the Moon Tigers, and it looks like Castillo is the one who has it teed up from the football hash marks just left of the middle of the field. Into the 18 it goes, nodded wide of the frame by Hildenbrand. Goal kick for Archbishop Ryan, which makes a couple of substitutes. Landon Lukács and Chase Laheef checking in for Archbishop Ryan. Lercio de Sousa, the senior, checking in for the Moon Tigers. Once again, the Tigers coached by Tyler Blake in 2025. The Raiders coached by Ryan Haney. Throw in from midfield on the near touchline for Archbishop Ryan's Aiden Goldberg. Up it comes to Stackhouse. Stackhouse was denied by Guarino early in the match. And Archbishop Ryan wants a foul as Celadonis was taken down egregiously just inside the box. I think they wanted more than a foul. They wanted a penalty, but looks like they're going to have to settle for a throw-in inside Moon's attacking third. Laheef, the senior, just into the match for Archbishop Ryan, will restart play. Into the box it comes, surrounded by white shirts, and Moon had that one well covered. Felton up the left wing with speed. Long through ball. But the first man there is going to be Dean for Archbishop Ryan. And Dean earns a goal kick for the Raiders. Aiden Goldberg, near side. Goldberg, surrounded by De Sousa. And De Sousa earns a throw-in for his team in the middle third, near side. Weiler resets play from the center circle to Hildenbrand. Weiler again from outside the circle this time on the far side of the pitch as it's worked around to Castillo. Castillo from dead center, a through ball intended for D'Souza. D'Souza catches up to it as he's pushed down from behind and draws the foul. The Moon Tigers with a free kick from a vaguely dangerous spot here in the 15th minute, trying to break a goalless stalemate. A two-man wall right in front of Joson Castillo, who chips it wide of goal, and it's off the bar and bounced around in front of the keeper and finally smashed in. Or is it? No, they say no goal. Tiger fans most discontent, but a foul committed inside the box during that fracas, and Archbishop Ryan catches its biggest break to date. Naz Clark, the keeper, was down and out, and there were 3 Tigers at least surrounding that ball, trying to knock it in any which way they could. But the Tigers unable to get the greasy goal off the set piece, and we remain scoreless here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Raiders, meanwhile, making a substitute as Marchesano re-enters. And the Raiders have a throw-in in the attacking third. Lahif will get a running start as he puts this ball in play for Archbishop Ryan. Naz Clark at the other end making a huge save off the set-piece deflection to keep the Tigers off the board, and that ball deflected right into the gloves of Will Guarino, the Moon senior. And the Tigers hurry the play along up the right wing. This ball cut out by Dean, who's content to concede a throw-in to the Tigers. Moon with possession on the near touchline inside the attacking third. Anderson on the restart for Castillo. Castillo tries to hit a wide open Vinny Muniza. Muniza couldn't catch up to that one, and it'll be turned over to the Raiders. Anderson from midfield for Moon. For Castillo. Castillo pushed down from behind by Marchesano. Play continues. Lahif trying to get positioning on Hayden Dunn. Dunn wins the ball in an awkward position for Moon, but Archbishop Ryan generates the turnover, and they force Moon to concede a throw-in from deep in their own third. "18 minutes into a first half that is not for nothing, still scoreless. The Raiders will restart the play from deep inside Tiger territory. Lahif gets the running start. Into the box it comes, easily cut out by Castillo. Goldberg from the middle third. Castillo, Johnny on the spot once again, this time nods it out of bounds. And it'll be a throw-in from the top of the attacking third for Archbishop Ryan. he hurls this one into the box, but again, nothing but white jerseys in the path. Weiler helps get it toward midfield for Moon as Goldberg got turned around trying to defend the substitute, D'Souza. Tigers in control of this ball from just beyond the 18. It's knocked toward goal. A low dribbler is stopped easily by Clark from his knees vis-a-vis Muniza. Clark bowls this ball to his right midway through the first half. And Ben Lewandowski, the sophomore, off the bench for Ryan Haney's side, plays it between the benches for the Raiders, but lost it out of bounds. Throw in to the Tigers. Haupt draws the foul right in front of the Moon bench. And he'll get a free restart from the middle third inside the Archbishop Ryan half of the pitch. And it looks like Haupt is going to let Castillo take this one. Castillo with a line drive. But it's the soccer equivalent of an atom ball right at Naz Clark, the senior keeper. And Clark will direct traffic as he rolls this ball to his left. Through ball to Stackhouse. Stackhouse with space on the left wing. Stackhouse unable to get around the sweeper as it's driven over top the bar by D'Souza. Goal kick to Will Guarino and the Tigers. And Guarino is going to defer to his defender, Hildenbrand, to clear this ball from Moon Real Estate. Raiders play this ball defensively back to their keeper, Clark, from the edge of his own 18, who slingshots it up ahead, intended for what looked like Owen Haney, the intended recipient. Tigers take over at the center stripe. Castillo, chased by Haney, goes to Felton on his left. Felton from between the benches resets. Back to Hildenbrand. Hildenbrand left flank to Weiler. Weiler trying to thread the needle to D'Souza. D'Souza wins this ball for the Tigers inside the attacking third. Turns around and drives it toward goal, and a leaping stop made as Clark gets elevation to his right to keep it out of goal. Moon with a quality attempt there in the 23rd minute. And Clark with some very acrobatic saves to keep Archbishop Ryan on even terms with the Tigers here in this first half. Castillo through for D'Souza. D'Souza trying to get a step on his man. D'Souza has it, unable to force it by the keeper, and it's cleared off the line defensively. It looked like D'Souza was going to be able to out-muscle his man there and win the foot race from Clark as Archbishop Ryan once again plays with fire but does not get burned. Anderson up the right wing. This time for Haupt. Haupt trying to reset for D'Souza, who's been all over the attacking third lately for the Tigers. And Marchesano The man who kept that ball off the line moments ago for Archbishop Ryan draws contact and the offensive foul. Possession over to the Raiders as time winds down here in the first half. Goldberg up the left wing for Haney. Haney not in sync with Marchesano. Moon counterattacking. Diagonal ball to a wide open D'Souza. D'Souza deep on the right flank. Pulls up at the corner of the box. Into the middle of the box, coming after it for the Tigers, and in an offside position is Eric Haupt as a whistle sounds. Well, no matter how this match ends, Tyler Blake's team is not going to be able to say they didn't have their chances. Julian Dean from deep in his own third. Outletting for co-captain Dom Lewandowski. Diagonal ball on the left side to Goldberg. Goldberg with space. And now the Raiders are offside. Goldberg ahead of the play by just enough to elicit the whistle. Much more of a back and forth rhythm to this game than the first game, in which Harbor Creek used its high press to really smother Winchester Thurston of WPIAL Class A and pull off a relatively easy win in 2-0 fashion. Here we remain scoreless, 27 minutes in. Freshman Benny Heary re-entering the match for Archbishop Ryan. And Diego Witt, the junior, makes his 2025 debut for the Moon Tigers. Throw in for Moon from the top of their third. Hayden Dunn from midfield. Right side for Anderson. Anderson forced to play it backward as the Tigers clear their zone. Goldberg propelling that ball toward the right wing, intended, I believe, for Heary. It's out of bounds, and another defensive throw-in awarded to the Tigers. Archbishop Ryan wins the ball off their own throw-in. And some contact there between Celadonis and Hildenbrand in the Moon third. Ball goes over the far touchline, and it'll be a throw-in for Archbishop Ryan. Celadonis had one of the few quality chances early in this match for the Raiders, forcing a save from Will Garino. This comes deep into the box. Garino off his line. And not standing on ceremony is Felton for Moon. Foul on one of the Tigers inside the 18-yard box. And that results in a free kick for Archbishop Ryan from about 30 yards from goal. The Raiders talking amongst themselves as Stackhouse has it teed up right above the arc, about 10 yards from the top of the arc. Four-man wall for the Tigers. Stackhouse toward goal. It's knotted right into the gloves of Garino. A good-looking shot pass there. And the deflection by Lewandowski was skillful, but an even more skillful play by the goalkeeper Garino in the right place at the right time in the 30th minute. Anderson forces that one out of bounds as he was marking Daquan Williams, the Archbishop Ryan Sr., and that results in a Raider throw-in atop the attacking third. And from the near touchline, Owen Haney puts it back into action, but cedes possession off an unforced error. Anderson now with the Moon Tigers throw-in from the same spot. Into play it'll go for Hayden Dunn. And Williams takes it back. The reserve midfielder for the Raiders has his pass intercepted by Weiler. Another whistle sounds as McConaughey touched that ball in front of the Archbishop Ryan bench. Raiders get a throw-in from the middle third, about 10 yards past midfield. That ball lobbed toward the box right to Jaskar, the junior. Archbishop Ryan tracing the back line deep on the right flank, and it's forced out by the Tigers. Second corner kick of the match coming to the Archbishop Ryan Raiders with under 10 minutes to play in the first half. Haney will play this ball from the corner flag to the left of keeper Garino. In swinging ball, goes by everything and everybody, and Hildenbrand cleverly lets it go out for a goal kick. And Garino again defers to Hildenbrand for the goal kick. And the Moon defender drives it just shy of the center circle. Tigers punt it to their left. Dunn trying to reset play to Felton. Diego Witt off the bench playing that ball for the Tigers as somebody took an elbow from Jack Stackhouse. That might have been Dunn. A correction, that was Castillo who got the worst of that one, but no harm done, apparently. Castillo, however, did draw a foul, and so Moon will play this ball from just shy of midfield. Hildenbrand on the restart to Jaskar on his right, but it's turned over to Williams. Williams, in turn, turns it over to Castillo of Moon. Castillo for Dunn. Dunn double-teamed immediately to Logan Neff, the junior, in off Tyler Blake's bench, and Neff, trapped along the right wing, is forced to play that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Archbishop Ryan. D'Souza and Dean, part of Ryan Haney's starting 11, returning to the match for the Raiders as Archbishop Ryan puts this ball back into play. Tigers win the throw-in. Felton from the edge of the circle across the midfield line for Neff. Witt from the edge of the attacking third is dispossessed quickly. Lewandowski off the body of one of his own teammates, or was it? No, they say that was last touched by Anderson, so it'll be a throw-in for the Raiders just beyond midfield. Owen Haney from the near touchline tosses it in for Celedonis. Celedonis from deep on the left flank, across the face of goal. Oh, that cross went by everybody, and that's a bit of a break for the Tigers as McConaughey dribbles up the left wing. Stackhouse with a tackle, forcing that ball out of bounds. Throw in for Moon. Muniza and Haupt, part of the starting 11 for Moon, re-entering. D'Souza coming in off the bench for the Tigers, who had a quality chance earlier in this first half. And D'Souza draws a hard foul in front of his own bench right off the throw-in. Officials are actually going to say D'Souza was the perpetrator, and I'm kind of scratching my head over that one, to be honest, as this ball comes toward the keeper, Garino, who is smacked into by one of the Raiders. Just one of those suicide balls that ended up in the Moon 18-yard box, and Garino didn't want to take any chances, but neither did his defender, Hildenbrand. Celedonis was making a beeline for that ball for Archbishop Ryan, and didn't look to be intentional. His momentum just took him right into the keeper, though, and a couple of oohs and ahs go up, but nothing more than that as we hit the final 5 minutes of the first half. Moon awarded possession from their own box. And it'll be an uncontested goal kick for the Tigers. Back to action we go. And the clock still stuck on 5 minutes remaining in the first half as the Raiders play this ball into the attacking third, and drawing the foul is Stackhouse for Archbishop Ryan. The Raiders working quickly to put that ball back into play, but Moon with numbers wins it back. Stackhouse, well marked, deep on that right wing. Peter DePaula, the junior, into the game for Archbishop Ryan, trying to send that ball through for one of the Raiders. But it'll go out for a goal kick. D'Souza from the middle third. Back to his defender, Felton. The sophomore flags it down on the far touchline for Hildenbrand. Hildenbrand from McConaughey. And ahead it comes to D'Souza. D'Souza through for Dunn. Dunn dispossessed. Good work there by Lukic. And Landon Lukic, the big hulking freshman, takes it deep into the attacking third for Archbishop Ryan. And the header by Stackhouse goes just over the bar for another Moon goal kick. Weiler, the defender, up to midfield for D'Souza. D'Souza quickly marked. And Moon wins back possession. With it now is Weiler. Weiler toward midfield, and that pass cut out cleverly by Marchesano, who plays it back to his keeper, Naz Clark, with 2.5 minutes left in a goalless first half. Lewandowski approaches the center circle. Left wing for Haney. Haney able to settle that ball down off his own chest. Marked by Anderson. Anderson wins the battle. Through ball to nobody in particular except Clark, the keeper. And Clark will take his time sending this one out to Dean. Dean, the senior, just kind of casually playing pitch and catch with his keeper as Archbishop Ryan decides how to operate in this final minute and a half. Raiders work it deliberately up to midfield, and it's driven up the right wing toward a sea of white kits. Raiders settle it down, and they try to generate shooting space, but the ball ricochets right to the feet of Felton, who promptly clears it as we hit the 1 minute warning here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Off the free restart, it comes into the box. A battle for this ball is nearly won by the Raiders, and boy, oh boy, if Lukács could have gotten a foot on that and settled it down clearly, he'd have had a clear shot at goal and the first goal of this match. Instead, it'll be a corner kick in the final half minute to the Raiders. Haney will tee it up at the flag to the left of Garino. Both teams overloading the 12-yard area. In-swinging ball. And it goes wide of goal. It's still available. Settled down, but right into the stomach of Garino. Garino taking one for the team and smothering that ball as time runs out in the first half here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Lots of chances for both sides, especially late for Archbishop Ryan and early for the Moon Tigers, but nothing across for either side. Halftime here in Rams territory. I'm Matt Popchock, and you're listening to the JRK Classic on Pittsburgh Soccer Now's YouTube channel. Jimmy Kennedy was a member of the Pine-Richland boys soccer program class of '99. A 4-year varsity starter, 4-year letter winner, and co-captain of the Rams' '98 team during his senior year. Jimmy's life came to an abrupt and tragic end in a car accident on December 23rd of 1998. He touched the hearts of many through soccer, school, and overall being a fantastic friend. In his memory, Jimmy's number 7 was retired from Pine-Richland varsity soccer during halftime of the then newly named James R. Kennedy JRK Memorial Tournament in September of 1999. And though the number 7 jersey will no longer appear during a Pine-Richland match, it will always be in the hearts of their fans. Back in 1999, contributions were made in Jimmy Kennedy's memory to establish the James R. Kennedy Memorial Scholarship Fund. This was designed to provide a financial scholarship awarded to graduating senior soccer players each school year. Each year since inception, a portion of the proceeds from the JRK Memorial Classic event, along with donations from the Pine-Richland Boys Soccer Boosters and their generous sponsors, has been contributed to the scholarship fund. And to date, the JRK Scholarship has awarded over $105,000 in scholarship money to 50 graduating senior soccer players. And that is what brings us here today, the 27th annual JRK Classic at Pine-Richland Stadium. Matt Popchock back on the Pittsburgh Soccer Now YouTube channel as we're underway in second half play between the black-clad Archbishop Ryan Raiders of the Philadelphia Catholic League and the Moon Tigers of Whippeal Boys Class 3A. With this ball for Moon, moving right to left in the second half is Vinny Muniza. Muniza, double-teamed, deep on the left wing, draws contact from behind, and the foul. Heary, the Archbishop Ryan freshman, the guilty party, making his 2025 varsity debut. And here in the 43rd minute, we have an indirect free kick for the Moon Tigers. Archbishop Ryan had 3 of the 4 corner kicks in the first half, but the most dangerous one nearly resulted in a goal on a 3rd or 4th opportunity for the Tigers, as that header attempt is just barely missed by an airborne Larcio de Sousa. Goal kick to the Raiders. Chase Laif, the senior, back into the match for Archbishop Ryan. And Moon thought they had themselves the first goal of the match on that set piece, but it was disallowed due to a foul inside the box offensively. And both teams with lots of quality chances, and Archbishop Ryan with a good chance off a set piece late. But the Tigers continuing to defend well, as they did a couple of years ago during their recent Whippeal Championship run. This through ball couldn't get past the 2 Tiger defenders prepared for it. That was Hildenbrand and Felton, both playing the left back position for Moon. Throw in for Archbishop Ryan near touchline, and Laif will get the running start deep in the attacking third for the Raiders. Laif throws it into the 18-yard box where it's nodded out of danger by Moon. De Sousa going down as Dunn plays this ball, and Dunn is challenged aggressively as we get a whistle and a complete stoppage in play here in the 45th minute with one of the Tigers shaken up. And it looks like the junior Diego Witt is getting ready to come in for Moon for whomever is shaken up inside the Tigers' third. And that is D'Souza, the senior, who's getting attention from the trainer as he comes off and Witt enters. Tyler Blake, the head coach, pulling the trigger there. A former assistant to Earl Panabaker, the longtime Moon head coach, who is still on staff for Moon varsity, albeit in a lesser role. And a foul away from the play by Archbishop Ryan results in a free restart for the Tigers from inside their own third. And along the far touchline, it'll be Felton playing this ball diagonally to Weiler. Weiler back to Felton. Felton quickly back to Weiler, but it's turned over to Haney. To the corner for D'Souza. D'Souza double teamed, and the double team is effective as Archbishop Ryan is forced to reset from midfield. Now, other action, varsity action taking place later tonight here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Seneca Valley and LaSalle, the team that defeated Archbishop Ryan in last year's Philadelphia Catholic League final. That match taking place at 6:45 Eastern Time thereabouts, and concurrently over at the Ram Cage, Pittsburgh Central Catholic will be taking on the Wheeling Park Patriots, an out-of-state team that in the past has fared very well at this event. Wheeling Park with a memorable first night victory a couple of years back against host Pine-Richland. One of their RDA products, whose name unfortunately escapes me at the moment, putting on a particularly impressive performance in that game, as I recall. In any event, the Tigers play it back to their keeper, Will Garino. Garino dribbles it out for Felton. Felton up to Weiler. Weiler from the defensive midfield again is dispossessed. Raiders play it ahead, and coming out well off his line to cut out that ball and deny the scoring chance for D'Souza is Garino. Garino wearing those protective black covers, or bandages, if you will, over his kneecaps, and he needed them that time, sliding across an artificial surface here at Pine-Richland Stadium to make that save here in the 47th minute. Still looking for our first goal here in the second varsity match on day 2 here at Pine-Richland Stadium, but there's still been lots of excitement at both ends of the field. Castillo pushed down from behind at the center stripe, and that'll be a foul on Archbishop Ryan. Castillo restarts to Felton on his left. Felton waits and watches, now goes back to Castillo from the middle third. Castillo to Felton on the Archbishop Ryan side of the pitch. A give and go there between Witt and Muniza. That wouldn't go. So the Tigers reset atop the attacking third. A little backheeled pass there intended for Anderson was intercepted by Goldberg. Goldberg harassed by Anderson as this ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Archbishop Ryan at the far touchline. Celadonez and Marchesano back into the match for the Archbishop Ryan Raiders. And the junior Logan Neff subs back in from the Moon Tigers, meanwhile, as we see something we see a lot in these invitational tournaments early in the season. Coach is very liberal with their substitutions. See a lot of new faces and new places as these guys figure out what they have to work with early in the year. Some contact along the far touch line inside the Archbishop Ryan third results in a throw-in for the Tigers. And the throw-in is deemed an indirect free kick for Josan Castillo. This ball still available, but the Raiders are there easily to get it back toward midfield. Making a dead run for this ball is Leif. Leif, deep on the right wing, crosses it. And the cross is cut out by Felton, and Felton concedes a corner kick. Fourth corner altogether for the Raiders. Owen Haney tees it up from the flag to the left of Will Garino. Lots of activity along Garino's goal line as Haney is just about ready to go. The left arm goes up. Here it comes into the box. Punched away by the Moonkeeper and right to his substitute defender, Neff. Neff to midfield. And that was Witt trying to connect with Haupt. And Haupt has a chance to get to this ball before the keeper Clark does. But Clark, way off the line, gets just enough of it to get it out of danger. Oh, what a tense moment there for the Raiders. Clark embracing the thankless job and paying a physical price, but making the play to keep the match scoreless. Julian Dean up the left wing, intended for Celadonis. Celadonis runs afoul of Hayden Dunn. Correction, that was Hildenbrand marking him. And so that'll be a defensive throw-in for Moon, deep in their own third. Evan Anderson will put it back into play for the Tigers. And the aerial duel is won eventually by Castillo of Moon. But possession belongs to Marchesano. Marchesano up the right wing. Into the box. Backheeled ball by Stackhouse to nobody in particular. And Stackhouse maybe should have tried to put that ball on frame. Instead, Neff was able to protect it for his keeper, Garino, who gets it back to midfield. Castillo going upstairs to nod it ahead to Hayden Dunn. Dunn for Diego Witt. Witt up to Muniza on the left flank. And it's turned over to the Raiders in the middle third. Celadonis up the left wing. Celadonis outpaces the defense. Celadonis across the goal mouth but wide. Goal kick to the Tigers in the 53rd minute.
On for Archbishop, number 13, Daquan Williams, and number 23, Landon Lukic.
Williams and Lukic, the senior and freshman respectively, re-entering off of head coach Ryan Haney's bench. Hildenbrand, in lieu of goalkeeper Garino, taking the goal kick for Moon. And this aerial battle was won easily by the Raiders, who are unable to put it on frame. They would have had a quality opportunity there, but the ball went awry of Devin Celadonis. But the Raiders have been awarded a free kick in a dangerous spot just outside the 18-yard box. The Tigers have to form a wall right in front of Owen Haney, who's getting instructions from his teammates. So Celadonis at least draws the foul, and Haney with a golden opportunity to put Archbishop Ryan ahead. A four-man wall for the Tigers right in front of Owen Haney, who has this ball position just to the left of the arc. He fakes, and it's chipped off the body of one of the Tigers. And it looked like that ball went off the noggin of Charlie Weiler, so it'll be... Oh, that was a handball. They're going to say handball on Weiler. It'll be a penalty kick for the Archbishop Ryan Raiders. Luke Marchesano has this ball teed up on the spot. Weiler pleading his case to the official. I didn't initially see what the call was, but I saw Marchesano at the spot and put two and two together. So, once again, a golden opportunity for Archbishop Ryan to break the ice here in the 55th minute. Luke Marchesano, the junior for Archbishop Ryan, awaiting the whistle. Will Garino standing on his goal line right in the middle of goal. Here comes Marchesano. He goes upstairs and he converts easily for the Raiders. Marchesano in the 55th minute converts the penalty for the Archbishop Ryan Raiders, who lead 1-0. Garino dove to his left. And Marchesano went top left, right into that upper 90. And sometimes you watch the pros play and you're almost surprised that more players, when they're taking penalties, don't go for that upper 90, because Marchesano put that ball where no keeper's going to get to it, even if they guess correctly. I think a lot of players might be afraid they'll choke and miss, but anyway, Marchesano certainly did not. He put it right in the back of the rope, and Archbishop Ryan takes the lead. And so after that drama in the first half, lo and behold, it is a set-piece goal. A penalty kick goal, to be precise, that finally breaks the deadlock. Moon thought they had one in half number one. It was whistled back. Archbishop Ryan draws the handball call on Charlie Weiler, and Luke Marchesano, the junior, converts the penalty kick to give the Raiders the lead, coming all the way from Philadelphia to try and get the result here on day 2 of the JRK Classic. And Moon looking to avoid becoming the second consecutive WPIAL opponent to bite the dust at the expense of an out-of-district foe here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Earlier, as you may have heard on the Pittsburgh Soccer Now YouTube channel, if you got a chance to listen, it was the Harbor Creek Huskies from north of Erie, Pennsylvania, coming all the way here to Pine-Richland High School to defeat the Winchester Thurston Bears of WPIAL Class A by a 2-0 scoreline. Sean Kirsten with a goal and an assist in that match for Harbor Creek. Here it's 1-0 to the Raiders of Archbishop Ryan, last year's Philadelphia Catholic League runners-up. The Moon Tigers assessed a penalty, and Luke Marchesano moments ago scoring from the spot as Archbishop Ryan coach Ryan Haney substitutes Jack Stackhouse, a senior, back into the game. Throw in for the Raiders. Herbie Lodier getting the running start as this ball eventually goes out of bounds deep on the right wing in Moon territory. It'll be another throw in for the Huskies, this time atop the attacking third from the near touchline. Leif will do the honors for the Raiders. And that bouncing ball is just over the outstretched head of co-captain Stackhouse. And a quick goal kick is taken by Garino and the Tigers. Anderson trapped on the far side. And Archbishop Ryan with that press again, able to force a Moon miscue and a throw-in coming to the Raiders. Archbishop Ryan maybe smelling the blood in the water here and trying to go for a knockout blow of sorts after scoring on that penalty as we approach the midpoint of this second half. Throw in from the far side for Archbishop Ryan, and it's nodded into the back of goal. Oh, what a play by Gavin McConaughey. No, that's not McConaughey. That's the other number 7, Davin Celadonis, who was stopped on the first attempt of the match way back when for Archbishop Ryan. And this time Celadonis literally uses his noodle to put Archbishop Ryan up by 2-0. Off the back of his own head, off the throw-in, and behind a stunned Garino. 2 goals, 3 minutes apart for the visiting Raiders. And I believe that'll be an assist to Leif, who's been taking the throw-ins by and large for the Raiders. Two goals in a 3-minute span to break a scoreless draw here in the second half by the Archbishop Ryan Raiders. And they are more than holding their own against one of the WPIAL's top teams in recent years. D'Souza into the box, cleared away by Julian Dean, who goes up top to get to that ball. This one dribbled harmlessly wide of frame by Moon's Logan Neff. And that was deflected wide, actually, by one of the Raider defenders. And so this will be the second corner kick unofficially for the Tigers from the flag to the right of Naz Clark, the Archbishop Ryan keeper. Felton has it teed up. Ball in the middle of the box. Off of one man, off another, and out of bounds over the far touchline. It'll be a throw-in for the Tigers, deep in the attacking third. This time Hayden Dunn will put it into play for D'Souza, right in front of him. They work it up top to Castillo. Castillo from the edge of the box, just wide of goal. Oh, Castillo would have brought the house down if he had converted that one. Castillo, not the biggest guy on the field by any stretch of the imagination, but boy, did he put some pace on that ball, and it nearly got past Naz Clark. The shot just missing the frame, and Clark will play it short from the edge of his own 6-yard box. Tigers regain possession, but not for long. Up the right wing comes the recent goal scorer, Celadonis. Celadonis deep in the corner. Marked by Felton, and Felton concedes a corner kick. Lodier thought about taking that one, but instead he'll roll the ball over to his teammate Owen Haney, and the junior will again plant it at the flag to the left of Garino. We've passed the hour mark here at Pine-Richland Stadium. Archbishop Ryan from the flag trying to add to a 2-0 advantage, but that one is deflected away from goal by Hildenbrand. And a collision along the far touchline. Let's see what officials say. Stackhouse was tied up with Dunn of the Tigers, and both appear to be all right. And we see some of the Seneca Valley Raiders be on the running track off in that grassy area, starting their warm-ups. Again, the Raiders will take on another Greater Philadelphia team, LaSalle College High School, a little bit later on today. Indirect corner kick, and not much that Celedonis could have done about that one, as it's directed over the back line for a goal kick, and the goal kick is nearly turned over, but McConaughey was able to work his way out of the jam. Celedonis scoring that brilliant set-piece goal off his own head at the corner of the box not long ago after a penalty kick goal was scored by junior Luke Marchesano. Archbishop Ryan taking charge of this match in the second half with 17 and a half to play. Throw in for the Tigers from the top of their defensive third. Anderson working quickly to Castillo. Castillo up the right wing for Neff. Neff back to Anderson, and it's turned over. Tigers have to start from scratch. Anderson to Dunn for Castillo. Weiler left side for Felton. Moon working the perimeter, but not really advancing the ball all that much, as trying to make the play defensively was Peter DePaula, the substitute midfielder for Archbishop Ryan, and DePaula interrupts play enough to draw a whistle, and it'll be a foul on DePaula, in fact. Free restart for Moon from just shy of midfield. And Hildenbrand plays this uncontested ball ahead to Felton. Felton from the edge of the attacking third into the box and nodded toward goal. It's loose and scooped up by Clark in the prone position. Now Moon at least able to get the ball on target in the 65th minute, but still nothing to show for their efforts. Anderson deflects that ball back toward goal. And another unforced error by the Tigers is going to result in a 7th corner kick unofficially for the Archbishop Ryan Raiders. D'Souza re-entering the match for Archbishop Ryan just before this set piece. And he sprints right to the goal line for the Raiders. And it's off the back heel of one of the Raiders and right to goalkeeper Garino, who keeps this ball in the palms of his hands and drop kicks it into the center circle beyond the reach of Logan Neff. Nodded ahead by Lewandowski. Celedonis up the left wing, trying to flag this one down as he is chased defensively by Anderson. Over the far touchline it goes. It'll be a defensive throw-in for Moon. Tigers toss this one up the right wing. It's intercepted by D'Souza. And D'Souza helps his team win a throw-in inside the attacking third. D'Souza from the far touchline. We'll let it go to Haney. Haney for D'Souza. Haney from the touchline into the box. Sent the other way by Weiler. And ultimately the Tigers get a goal kick. Garino quickly restarting play to his defender, Hildenbrand. Hildenbrand across to Diego Witt on his right. Witt up for Castillo. Castillo off one of the Raiders into the bench area. And D'Souza wins another throw-in in the attacking third for Archbishop Ryan as Castillo of Moon was coming after him. Haney once again will throw this ball back onto the pitch for the Raiders. Tigers take it away. Jaskar for Moon, the junior, up toward midfield. And a wall of black jerseys in the way. Harbor Creek just trying to tighten the vice grip they have on this match. From a defensive standpoint, and D'Souza has it inside the box and off the body of Garino and into the goal. And boy, will Garino ever want that one back. The kids want to jump, and they will at that corner flag. It is all Archbishop Ryan in the second half. D'Souza in the 68th minute makes it 3-0 to the Raiders. Just an innocent-looking shot from the left elbow right at Will Garino, the Moon keeper, but it had enough velocity on it that it bounced right off his chest or his upper shoulder. Difficult to tell from our vantage point. And into the goal. 3 second-half goals after that long turnpike trek for Archbishop Ryan. And they are well on their way to an emphatic victory over one of District 7's finest. Castillo plays it back for Muniza. Muniza to Felton. Up to midfield it comes for Weiler. Weiler dispossessed by Ben Lewandowski, the sophomore. A correction, that's Lukács, the freshman, taking that ball away for Archbishop Ryan at midfield. Garino, meanwhile, from just inside the 18-yard box, will drop kick it back to midfield right at Lukács, the aforementioned Raider newcomer. 70th minute as Garino scoops up the ball one more time from the edge of the box. Tigers win possession just shy of their own box as Hildenbrand plays it back to his keeper. But again, Archbishop Ryan able to play takeaway, and surprised they didn't draw a foul there on Cullen Felton. Looked like he put a hand into the back of Hendershot, the substitute for Archbishop Ryan, but perhaps the scoreline being what it is, officials are going to let that one slide as it goes over the back line. Actually, that was the sophomore, Vinnie Jones, not Hendershot, who was the aggrieved party. Archbishop Ryan, in any event, earning a throw-in at the edge of the attacking third, near side. It'll be Aiden Goldberg putting it into play for the Raiders. Actually, they called a foul, and the throw-in becomes an indirect free kick. About 40 yards from goal on the right side. It's into the box, but knotted aside harmlessly by Hildenbrand. Dunn unable to catch up to the loose ball, so Archbishop Ryan does get a throw-in this time at the far touchline. The Tigers win possession. D'Souza up the right wing, trying to connect with Dunn on the fly, but Dunn was fouled. Dunn earns a throw-in at midfield for the Tigers in front of the medical tent. Castillo from atop the center circle, left side for Hildenbrand. Back to Castillo. Archbishop Ryan continuing to push the Tigers back territorially, but the Tigers do advance into the attacking third. Good break up there. Good defending by Goldberg in that instance to work the ball back toward midfield. Castillo with it one more time for Moon, trying to go diagonally to Muniza on the left wing. This ball cut out by Lukacs. Stackhouse, the Archbishop Ryan captain from midfield up the right wing, trying to catch up to it is Leif. Leif, marked by Jaskar. Leif wins the battle from the extended goal line, puts it in front. This ball's still available, and the Tigers are able to clear it thanks to Anderson. Put back toward goal, but right at Garino. 74th minute. The Tigers playing for pride at this point, trying to crack the goose egg behind the man wearing number 0, Naz Clark, who made some big saves in the first half to keep the Tigers off the board. Not quite as busy a man here in the second half as a handball foul on the Moon Tigers opened the floodgates for Archbishop Ryan. Into the box it comes. It's punched in the air and grabbed by Clark, who kind of turtles up over that ball, trying to protect it, as Anderson, deep on the right flank, was trying to cross it for Haupt right in the middle of the box. One of the few real threats the Tigers have been able to muster since the midpoint of that first half, when they thought they had the game's first goal. A nice run here by Leif. Leif toward goal, but Garino takes the ball away just in the nick of time. Garino drives it out of bounds to his right. It'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Hendershot, Stackhouse, Dean, and Oliver Zlotkowski, the sophomore, making his 2025 debut as Ryan Haney, the Archbishop Ryan head coach, empties his bench with 5 minutes to play in the match. D'Souza winning this ball at midfield for the Tigers. Left wing for Muniza. Muniza, surrounded by black shirts, enters the box and drops it back for Haupt, whose shot off the inside of his boot goes way wide and out of play. Goal kick to Archbishop Ryan. More substitutions for the Raiders. Hunter McGee sees the field for the first time, the Archbishop Ryan senior, and Ben Lewandowski, the sophomore, younger brother of senior starting 11 member Dom Lewandowski, coming back in. That 50-50 ball won easily by Hildenbrand at midfield, and Hildenbrand earns a throw-in for the Tigers on the Archbishop Ryan side of the turf. Hildenbrand near side, back across the midfield stripe for Anderson. Anderson resets to goalkeeper Garino. Garino out for Castillo. And with it now is D'Souza. D'Souza up the far touchline. The Tigers just unable to string a lot together. But now they have it again. D'Souza with a through ball. Nobody home, though. Naz Clark will settle it down at his feet, just inside the 18. And he'll wait for a moment and toy with Eric Haupt a little bit before he finally picks it up. 3 minutes left in regulation as he throws it to midfield. And Leif not happy with himself as he lets it go out of bounds for a Moon throw-in. Felton puts it into play for the Tigers. Muniza on the left wing for D'Souza, who's been a busy man on the offensive side of the field for the Moon Tigers. Lots of touches today. Above the arc, it comes to Weiler. Weiler on the right side into the box intended for Haupt, but it's cut out and cleared by the Raiders. Dean at midfield for Leif. Leif on the right flank. Has a step on Felton. Leif from the corner. That deflected off of Felton as it went toward Garino. Moon clears it toward the near touchline. And it's bodied out of bounds by Archbishop Ryan's Zlotkowski. It'll be a defensive throw-in near side for the Tigers in the final 2 minutes of play. And in frustration, perhaps Felton just punting that ball literally off the back of the Archbishop Ryan player right in front of him to earn the throw, and that was Leif. Leif shaking it off. Another throw in, this time right at midfield for the Tigers, near touchline. D'Souza wins possession. And he goes to Muniz on his right. Back to Castillo. Castillo with a stutter step. Castillo puts it toward the box. That's blocked. Archbishop Ryan, give them credit, playing such a sound game defensively as a complete side. Felton to Anderson. Anderson into the box for Muniza. Muniza chases it down at the edge of the 18, left side. Now back for Hildenbrand. And that attempt by Weiler is blocked atop the arc. Final half minute of play as the Tigers try to get one past Naz Clark. It's settled down and chipped wide of goal on the give and go to Muniza. Muniza needed to just wait a split second longer if he could and maybe settle that ball down. He ends up putting it off his instep and well wide of goal as a result, and that will probably be the last meaningful play of the match. That's it, and that's all. After some good end-to-end action in a goalless first half, the Archbishop Ryan Raiders break it open in the second half as a penalty leads to a 3-goal outburst by the Moon Tigers counterparts from Greater Philadelphia, and the Raiders defeat the Tigers 3-0. Special thanks to Jordan Wigan and John Krasinski for their cooperation on both of today's broadcasts, and thank you for listening. Once again, your final score from Pine-Richland Stadium, Archbishop Ryan Raiders 3, Moon Tigers 0. I'm Matt Popchock, and that is all she wrote from Gibsonia, where you've been listening to coverage of the 27th annual JRK Classic on the Pittsburgh Soccer Now YouTube channel.